Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the new redesign of the Google Play Store. It's been out for I think about over a week now, so well, since I've had it, and I just want to quickly talk about my initial thoughts of it, see how it is, how it looks like, and so forth. So let's just get straight into it. As you can see, that the design is much more materialistic now. It's more material, it's much more flat. I do really like this design. It's much more keeping with what the rest of the OS looks like, and obviously with the kind of material look and flat look, and this makes it look really nice. I mean, they got rid of the actual much more of the green look that they had before with it, which I thought made it a bit more cluttered in a way. This looks much more sleek and much more nicer now. Let's start at the bottom first. You've got the categories now at the bottom instead of the top. They used to be at the top. I think this is a much more better placement for it. You can even, instead of stretching with one hand all the way to the top, it might have been a bit difficult for some people, but I find this much more easier now. We can just add some bottom, you can actually navigate much more easily, and you're not overstretching, to the top with one hand, so it's much more better with at the bottom, and it's much more easy to navigate. So that's a big improvement on it for obvious reasons. The other thing that I like about it now, that if you go into the actual menu at the here now, you actually got the obviously options which are nicely laid out, but you've also got this option now is browse music. If you click on that, if you have music, obviously it goes straight into the actual music itself, store itself, so you don't need to actually go into the actual music app to actually get to the actual music. You actually go through here, and again you can just navigate obviously with the top songs and stuff like that and whatever, and go into your music app and whatever like that. But it is much more better way of actually navigating to that. I actually quite like it. Actually, it's not. Instead of going to the app itself, it's much more better to do it that way. Obviously, the back button takes you back here, and you obviously still have the options to actually launch the app itself, the music app itself, or any other app you want to open, the book app or the movies app. You can still do through there. So that's a nice little touch they've got there. So I quite like that actually. The other one is the at the top now. Before you used to obviously the categories at the top, obviously the options like top charts, events, and pre whatever, they're still there at the top. But they also, if you remember, that at the top they used to have the kind of icons at the top, and that for me made it a bit more cluttered, a bit more convoluted in a way that everything was just small and everything was just bunched together, and it just didn't look nice, and I didn't really like it at all. And they're much more harder to see and stuff. But this is, like I said, they've removed that and it made it much more cleaner now. It's much more easier to see, and it's much more better actually looking. It's not like squished together anymore now. So they've actually got rid of the icons that used to be on the top of it, and makes it much more better to see. Editor's choice as well. So if you go into that one there, and see that again, that's much more nicely laid out as well. Before, I think they used to have kind of another kind of option here somewhere at the top about editor's choice. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there can be another option here. They've got rid of that as well, and again, it makes it much more less cluttered and much more nicer to view and stuff. So they've done quite a good job there. Also, one thing I do like about what they've done actually is that if we go back to here, say if I want to install this game here, the actual install button itself is much more bigger now. It's much more larger. It's almost the size of the screen now, the width of the screen. Before it used to be a bit more smaller. So I think they made a bit of a nice little touch there. Made just the install button much more easier to actually obviously press. So if you just press on it now, you can. So it's much more better. So in that regards, they've done a good job. Also, what they've done as well, now they've got rid of the progress bar. So if you install a game now, you get the cancel button, and obviously before it used to be a progress bar, so you can just press cancel now. It's much better instead of the progress bar, so it makes more sense to have a cancel button instead of a progress bar to see what's going, how long it's taking the game. So it's much more nicer, to actually see that button there. So you can just press cancel. You don't want to just press cancel. So that's a good thing as well. So obviously they've made some nice changes, much more better to use now. It's much more cleaner, it's much more in line with what they want to do with obviously the materialistic look. Also, slightly different was that the actual reviews and the actual downloads, they've actually moved them slightly a bit more up, and the font has gotten a bit bigger now as well. It's a little bit, but it's different. Before they used to be a bit more down, but now they moved it up and keep it in line so you can see front and center actually obviously the reviews and obviously the downloads, how much it's had. So that's been a bit of a change. And other than that, it's still, that's all there is. That's the main changes that I like. I like it, like I said, it's much more cleaner. It's much more in keeping with the design, what they want to do now with it. Obviously with the Android 10 coming out soon, as hopefully this week at some point. I'm guessing. But yeah, it's a great phone still to use. I mean, this design, like I said, I like using. It's much more easy to navigate. It's much more, information on there for you. So it is really nice to use. So I think they're doing a great job. Google has on this update on the Play Store. So yeah, it's fantastic. But again, that's all there is. That's my thoughts on it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Leave a like and comment on it if you like the actual design of it. If you don't, and if you turn the bell notification on and notification, obviously when I upload another video, you'll obviously know about it. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.